was over on the Tiki Taki and stumbled up on this story where a woman finds out that her boyfriend is married. Married man out here cosplaying single. But what's new? We know that the most single person right now is a married man. They pollute the dating scene. They're on every dating app from Hinge to um, whatever way they can find some way to cosplay as somebody's boyfriend and then think it's okay to break someone's heart just to run back home and hide behind their wife for her heart to be broken and find out what type of loser and coward and unaccountable man that he is.
6 days ago, I found out that my boyfriend was a married man. When I came on here to share the story, it was never about me. It was never about the deception. It was never about me being scorned or me being hurt by the situation or even him. It was about raising awareness because there were kids involved in this situation, family involved in this situation, in a situation that honestly got dragged out too far. It was about the exploitation of kids and extramarital affairs, someone choosing a career path to prey on men and women, and a predator who is seeking out women to take advantage of them, manipulate them, and use them. A predator who doesn't care about exposing possible STDs to their partners. And since I've shared this story, I've had over 60 women message me off of Threads, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all with receipts, pictures, reservation confirmations, audio recordings, videos of him. And this wasn't just women in California. There were women that were in Phoenix, Montana, Chicago, Texas, Arkansas, which was me, Kansas, and Atlanta.
But you know what? What's new? Because this is how they move. They will have multiple women, not just one on the side, multiple. And then they're the same ones that will get mad and wonder how a baby, the side baby, makes it into the picture. Because you just laying it low and spreading your seed wide, right? But you're not thinking about protection during this playtime. You're not thinking about how the fact that you are out here acting like you love these women, knowing that you have a wife at home that you made vows and a promise to, that you have a family with probably at this time. Most of the time, that is the case. And they're the same ones that are getting mad because the side woman she's now pregnant. Diabolical. But you, as a married man, you moving as a single man. So why you mad? I mean, this is what you wanted,
And
right?
there was also a woman from Cleveland, Ohio. I've also had people that have reached out that have went to school with James at High School, I guess, in Long Beach. People that went to his rival school, I guess that's also in Long Beach. People that went to school with him in Montana, ex football players that he coached, and even people that know his family personally that have all stated the same. And these are just some of what people have been saying because some people have sent me audio recordings and I'm not going to expose their voice. I'm just going to read some of these. I'm so sorry this happened to you. The sad part about is that I know the whole damn family, and I promise you, if he rears his big ass head, he'll try to blame it on the fact his dad died and because his first girlfriend in high school cheated on him and left him to be with another girl. A lot of people have mentioned that knew James that he tries to blame his behavior on his dad dying. This one I covered up, but this message is actually from Austin. I said he's trying to get his mom involved, and Austin said she always does this. She always sticks up for him. That went to high school with him. This is a person that saw my post on Facebook when I posted on a Facebook group. She said, "I'm sorry, whatever happened to you? I know James. I went to high school with him. He's always been like this." So you have people sharing their story, and again, I can't make any of this up. People that have been knowing James that said that he's known to do this. He's been doing this since he was young. I've also already shared receipts from other women that were involved with him. It was, again, not everybody. Some people did not want to be shared. Some people sent me audio recordings. Again, I'm not going to let their voice be exposed of who they are. But if you guys want to go through older videos that I posted, you guys can look at what they're saying. Again, this is someone who took advantage of their previous career as a football coach in Joplin, Missouri, who ended up sleeping with an assistant and got fired for it. I do not know what year he was a football coach at Joplin, Missouri, but I'm going to have to believe it was between the years of 2020 to 2024. So if he's taking advantage again of a football position, imagine what he's going to do with a female or male client or patient of his when he starts doing therapy.
So this is the problem with even with him in therapy. And I have a story that I'll be doing too. That I have a video on a therapist also did the same thing, manipulated his client and wound up having an affair with the woman. But my thing is this: he's not thinking about the fact that you sleeping with all these different women. We already know that you're causing disruption and chaos because you're an agent of chaos. At this point, you no longer respect your wife or your marital home. You don't even respect yourself in your body. So why should anybody care about how you think and feel with her exposing you? I actually think that when women meet men like this, that they should definitely expose them so that the next woman has been caught up on information as to what type of manipulating monster you are. He's not thinking about the fact that, you might be with the wrong woman that might be a little not there, and they'll hurt your wife and your family because you drove them to the point of no return mentally and emotionally. If by then, what we now know on a lot of these shows, criminal shows, crime shows, if you're not the type of man to convince them to do something to your wife to get her out the way, so you don't have to worry about things like alimony, child support, and paying and losing half of everything when you already have your personal hitman lover. Because they don't think about that you could be messing with somebody dangerous, more dangerous than you are, since you're already causing disruption and chaos. They don't see the danger that they're inviting into their lives. And that's why I say, why do we have to feel sorry for them when something then happens to the man who went out there blindly being with every woman in all these different states? He's in San Diego, so he's with women from Texas to Arkansas. Not thinking about STDs, not thinking about unwanted pregnancies, and not thinking about the danger of someone like being obsessed with you and wanting to not, and just wanting to hurt your family because they want you.
This again is a serious situation. Again, I don't want people thinking I'm coming on here being scorned or I'm hurt about the whole ordeal. To be honest, guys, this is less about him cheating and about his wife. This is more of what can happen and the fact that this man is a predator. This is a man who needs therapy, who never got therapy, who needs counseling, who honestly needs professional help. This is a man with issues, with problems, and again, we've already seen on this page that his family will stick beside him. His family enables his behavior. We've seen that this man has had a history of, again, not just stepping out on his wife. It's less about that. It's the fact that, again, he preys upon women, exposes them to STDs, and the fact that he'll do whatever to get what he wants. The fact that he'll take advantage of whoever to benefit off them. Again, this is a man who has already expressed that he has anger issues. He knows he needs help, but I'm going to let him tell you for himself.
Keep feeling like I'm less than or I not enough, it makes it no better. Like, it just doesn't, because I keep hearing that from family. I keep hearing that from friends. And it's not so much of the way that they say things, but the way that they act. And that's why I have that guard up. That's why I fight. That's why I'm so angry. Because the moment when I really let somebody in and I let somebody know exactly who I am, I get reminded of why I'm so far away, even though I feel so close.
And to his family that's watching, this isn't a situation of just infidelity. This is not a situation where you can just have one conversation and everything's going to go away. This is rooted in him. This man has deep trauma, years of trauma that he has carried with him into his adulthood.
listening to that video is very disturbing because people will use the old good book, their Bible, through the thick and thin, and for better or worse, when people like this should not be married. She states and he states in the recording that his own family has mentally and emotionally, maybe they have allegedly abused him. So he's going out in this world trying to find love in all the wrong places and still he going to therapy, like she said. That's where he should be. He has a history of anger issues. And therefore, I mean, who do you think he's taking it out on at the end of the day? He goes out, whatever he feels, he then goes out and does this to these women, get them to love him like the love he's looking for. And when he hurts them, now he sees the hurt that he has from his family through them. I don't I wonder if it's satisfying to him to see that. Since he's already going through hurt because of what his family is doing allegedly to him. He's like, don't push me too close to the edge because he's trying not to lose his head individual. But it still makes him very dangerous. He shouldn't be married. He shouldn't be dating until he fixes himself. He's going to school to be a therapist, but yet isn't seeing a therapist. Okay.
All the way from childhood to adulthood. So this is not one conversation, one simple conversation where you can tell him to stop, or you can just hold him accountable. This is going to take work. He needs counseling. He needs therapy. Again, the situation doesn't need to be taken lightly. It doesn't need to be chalked up to one thing that again, was a woman just releasing out of anger. This is a person, again, that we've seen the receipts on here. He is showing how traumatized he is. And it doesn't help to have family that coddle him and enable him. And again, I can make all the videos in the world, but this man is not going to stop. He's not. At this point, it's not a habit either. This is ingrained in this man to do the things that he's doing. We have seen how far this man will take it to get what he wants. He will take it so far to where he has to involve his kids. He will take it so far to where he's putting his kids and wife into danger. He will take it so far to where he's involving his family members. He will take it so far to cross his own best friend of over 20 years. And the comments of people telling me, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Guys, to be honest, was it a shitty thing that happened to me? Yes, it was. Did I get lied to and deceived? Yes, I did. But I'm not heartbroken over the situation. And I truly believe that I was meant to come into James' life to humble him. I really do believe that, because all the stories that I've gotten told, everything that everyone has shared to me, it is clear that this man has been doing this for years, since high school. And who was going to say anything about it? No one. This is just going to continue.
He's not going to stop because no one's held him accountable, and it should have started at home. I understand that his dad passed away. He had his mom there, and sometimes it's time for us to get on moms. You have to be held accountable. Even though the dad is not there, he should have been held accountable for his actions every time. Even if you're not in the house, his mom was there to cover for him, which means she knew what was going on, which means that she wasn't holding this man accountable for his actions and making him feel some type of remorse or regret or accountability for what he has done. Could have got other males in the family to help her gather him. Because it really does start at home. This lady just said that she told him it's been going on. He's been having like problems of mental, emotional abuse from his family since he was a boy to adult age. That's not good.
So I'm glad that I exposed them, because the next person that comes across James, they'll be able to look up his name. They'll be able to see all the receipts. And if someone doesn't know the story, but someone around them knows the story, at least they can warn them and tell them. If you see this man's face anywhere around the LA area, San Diego, outside of San Diego, Long Beach, anywhere, even on social media, because he also preys on women that live long distance. He will message you. He will pop up in your DM. That was another story that women have told me. If you see him anywhere around those areas, run away from him. If you know about it and your friend is talking to him, tell them to run because this man is a predator.
Even though I agree with most of what she's saying, you are not there to be his accountability coach. You don't have to show up every time another woman pops up and exposes him. The woman that pops up and exposes him means that's the next chapter. Your chapter is done, meaning that, okay, you've exposed him. The stories I hear, you get the help you need, and whatever karma and punishment is coming his way will come his way. You don't then come in the middle to intervene on that because you're not karma and you're not the most high. Those are the individuals that need to speak with him, deal with him, as well as him. He has to want the help for himself. You can't shame him into it. You can make him look bad. He's still doing what he's doing. Obviously, that hasn't stopped him. So whatever you're saying, he is not it's not hurting him. So you can't keep coming along and ex- just instigating at this point. Tell your story. Show you've moved on by not continually entertaining him and letting him know that he has some type of power and your attention, and you'll be okay. But I wouldn't agree with the fact that I have to keep showing up and making him accountable because he hurt me. Okay, yeah, he did. You can still talk about it. I'm not telling you to not talk about it because hey, I've been there, girl, I've been there. But I'm not gonna continually pop up and be like, yeah, and I'm gonna make him accountable every time. I'm not gonna keep showing up, wearing out my time. I'm gonna be in the background laughing when the next girl and the next girl pop up. I'm not finna put my face in the forefront after I've already said my piece. My piece and me showing you how I moved on is by not saying nothing and not reacting to you anymore.
And honestly, guys, this is my last video on this situation. I hope at this point the family has stopped. If they come back on here, again, I would be happy to sit there and release receipts. I didn't share enough of this story, to be honest. I did state in the previous videos, there is a lot more to this story. Things that are even crazier than what I shared. But again, if I were to share it, to be honest, he won't have a career to go to. And I know that people are saying that go ahead and release the rest, but guys, I'm telling you, if they continue, I will. But I honestly don't want it to get that far. My entire thing was sharing awareness. It was not to destroy someone's life. It was to raise awareness and to inform people about him. Again, this is my last video. Um, if people want to search his name, they're going to be able to find it and go back to these videos, all the receipts that I shared. And, like I said with the family, if you guys want to keep going, we can keep going. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure you guys can see my under eyes. You guys have been seeing it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And yes, I have embarrassed myself on here, but it was worth it. If it meant me raising awareness, it was worth every single second that I've spent on here. This is not about a viral moment or getting attention. To be honest, I don't need the attention. I get enough of it in my personal life. But again, I don't want to keep on going. I'm sure that you guys, again, have seen how tired I am. My hair looks a mess. I have been on this story for the past 6 days, and I'm exhausted. But please keep reposting to get the videos out. That's the only way this story is going to get out, if you guys keep reposting, liking, commenting, everything. And thank you guys for the support, the love, and just for all the comments that I've read. Most have been supportive of the situation, so I do appreciate you guys.
All right. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Everything is a legend and read from news articles, including TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. The views expressed are my opinions, and any content shared is for fair use and commentary for entertainment, criticism, and educational purposes only. Under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. We're going to go to part two. Four parts.
He has been married. I was at the wedding. I continue proof of the photos. I continue their Facebook profiles, him and his wife. And he went on again to tell me that Jimmy also has a third child. And I said, a third child? And he said, yes. He had this baby 3 or 4 months ago. So when I do the math again, he got into a relationship with me, already had a wife. She was pregnant during that time. And then you had a baby about 3 or 4 months ago. So you had a child while we were together. And then when I look back, and I knew for a fact that he was telling me the truth, because when I look back, I remember, like I told you, me and this man had FaceTimed, texted all day, everything. Even while he was in school, he's doing his internships, while he's doing homework. We communicated all day long. That was the very first day I remember we did not communicate that day. And then when I texted him, I said, hey, I haven't heard from you all day. What are you doing? He said, sorry, I've been at the hospital. And I said, are you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. He said he was at the hospital all day, right? That was the exact same day that he had his baby with his wife, his third baby. Again, I did not and was not made aware that this man was married. He did not move like he was married from the beginning. He moved like a single man. Did not wear a wedding ring. And usually you can kind of tell when people have rings on or have been wearing rings. They have that tan like line on their ring finger. It wasn't giving that. We literally spent an entire week. And by the way, his wife does live in San Diego. They don't live in the same, I guess he lives in like a duplex. She lives in an apartment. So they don't live together, okay? I would even be on FaceTime with him while he's dropping his kids off. And he would tell me about their co-parenting schedules. I would be on FaceTime with his kids, okay? I've met his kids, everything. This is why this makes the situation like 20 times more crazier. When I would go to California, we would spend an entire week together. Like I said, it never gave wife, okay? He would even answer in his Tesla. He would answer over the speaker with his kid's mom on the phone, okay? At the time, that's what I thought. This is just his kid's mom. He would say, oh, I'm doing this and I'll be back this day and I'll get the kids. So I don't know if they were separated or not, but you're still married, so you're still lying. And you still, again, had a baby with this woman, okay? And again, the reason why I'm telling this story is not on here to air out dirty laundry or my business, because there's a lot of people that know that I'm very reserved on here. A lot of people know that I don't even come on here to talk, okay? You probably never even heard my voice. But I'm telling you this because this needs to be used as an example, okay? So again, back to the story. Austin tells me every single thing. He also tells me that he has been involved with other women. The past couple weeks, I've been noticing things were off in our relationship, not communicating as much. And last week, out of nowhere, he tells me, he went to a family reunion. He tells me,
Girl, why are you still involved with him? He's telling you he's involved with other women. So do y'all have an open relationship now? Because one thing about if I'm trying to have a relationship with you and you telling me, oh, I'm involved with other women, then we broke up. Why do I need to be with you? I don't need any help from another woman to be with you. If you can't see it just being me and you together, then you need to leave. I'm good. You can go on to your little supply and see how it works out, since you still need to decide wherever it is that you need to be. I'm going to make it easier for myself and leave. I'm not here to be held down while you go out and still be with other people and me know it and it be cool. No, no, thank you. So that was her mistake. That's a problem.
I came back outside and 3 of my tires were slashed. Okay. Instantly, I read the message. I start looking like this. Okay. So we already know the old trick in the book. A scorned woman usually slashes tires. You slash 3 tires because you know insurance is not going to cover it. I'm not an idiot. So I'm like, okay, this is intentional. So who do you think slashed your tires? And he said, well, I don't know. My Tesla didn't pick it up. The cameras didn't pick it up. I was like, okay.
Okay, but you know he's seeing other women, so you pretty much put yourself in the spotlight, in the headlight, and it's not your fault that that happened. But at the same time, you just said that man told you he was seeing other women, and you're surprised that now drama is at your door when you're trying to tell his wife that drama is at her door. Okay. Okay, girl. Yeah, I was riding with you, but it's like I'm kind of about to fall off the horse. I'm hanging off to the side, trying to straddle back on.
just let that slide. But again, I'm looking at you like you're crazy because I'm not an idiot. There is a woman who intentionally slashed her tires because of a reason, and you gave her a reason. And I'm not saying that slashing tires is okay. Don't go out there slash people's tires. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch other people's property. But there's a reason why she did it. And now that I'm thinking, she probably did it because she found out that he was married and had another kid. You probably did the same thing to her that you did to me.
Okay, so she slashed his tires. It's probably because she found out that he was with you. How would she know about the wife yet? But okay.
Another kid. You probably did the same thing to her that you did to me. So yeah, he pretty much just tells me he's been sleeping with this woman, this woman, this woman. And even at his cousin's repast a couple weeks ago, his cousin recently passed.
How is this cool though, ma'am? This woman, this woman, this woman? That's a lot of pH balance swapping going on. No, 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 and no. Hell no. No again. Girl, he's pretty much going around telling me he's seeing this woman and this woman and this woman. And you just saying that, like nobody's gonna stop and hit the brakes and almost go through the doggone dashboard. How is this cool though? Did y'all have an open relationship? Look. I'm off the horse now. Oh. Okay, we gotta learn to be accountable for when we do stupid shit, okay? When we have okayed, you know he's seeing other women. So now it's not even a story that you can tell at this point. You know about the other women. Even though you just found out that he was married, you didn't know about that, okay. But for you supposed to be seeing yourself as his woman, which means he cheated on you, right? But he didn't in a way because he let you know that he was seeing other women, multiple women. A lot of pH balance sharing. Oh, Jesus. A lot of him dipping and that. Oh, jeez. Just putting it in the and taking it out and putting it, yeah, no. Okay, girl, carry on.
He FaceTimed me at his cousin's repast, and they were all outside eating. He had been drinking, and he just FaceTimed me to say, it's like, I just want to let you know, like, thank you for being there for me. I love you. And he was telling me that he had been drinking, so he was, you know, a little drunk. Austin tells me at that repast, he showed up. Austin showed up, and there were women that were there fighting over him. This man was trying to sleep. His cousin just passed away. You're trying to sleep with your cousin, your male cousin's girlfriend. This was his girlfriend at the time that he passed away. You're trying to sleep with your cousin that just passed away. He said it was his favorite cousin. You're trying to sleep with his girlfriend? That's insane to me. And again, I'll be honest, I don't really care about that. I went and got checked. I'm good. I will continue to go get checked to make sure I don't have anything. The reason why I'm telling this story though is because you think you know what you know about people and you don't know shit at all. You think you know what you know and you don't know anything.
But you knew he was seeing other women, so yeah. Okay.
People will get over on you. They will they will be strategic with you, and you don't know what the hell is going on. And this entire time, this man has not given me any clue that I would have ever thought. He was so good. And like I said, he's a therapist, so he knows his way with words, super articulate. He's very well spoken, okay? You can tell he's very educated just by the way he talks. So he knew what he was saying. He knew all the right words to say. But because I didn't vet him out, because I took things as face value, this is where
You had it in your face. He told you he was seeing other women. That was your green light to go. You stayed there for whatever personal reasons because you loved him, I guess. So, for me, if a man tell me that, that's my vetting answer. That's one of the vetting answers. That if you voluntarily tell me that, and I didn't have to like guess it or do my due diligence as far as vetting you, and you already know it's happening, and you, like I said, you voluntarily tell me that I'm seeing multiple women plus you. Yeah, no, bye, move around. You got the wrong one. Go meet a woman that's cool with that, cause I'm not cool with that.
I end up. And again, I don't want anyone thinking because I'm trying to tell this story that I want sympathy. I don't want, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't want that from anybody. Don't DM me saying that actually. I'm telling this story because you should vet the people out that you want in your life. Because there's situations like this. And I'm telling every woman that he has been with in LA, San Diego, all over California, go get checked, please. Because you don't know if this man, we use condoms, and again, that's too TMI because I don't like sharing my business, right? That's way too TMI, but I'm just saying that I don't know if he hasn't used condoms with other women. I don't know that. But he's probably slept with so many different women, and who knows in the span that we've been dating. And you can also say like, oh, this is why you shouldn't do long distance relationship. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you're in a long distance relationship with someone or you're close with them. You don't know what that person like. Cheating is not a one way, a one size fits all. You don't know, or just directed to like one area. Anyone can cheat at any time. You have people that go to work and they cheat. And again, this is not a situation where I'm going to listen to comments or have people message me talking about men, and men bashing. I'm not saying any of this to bash men. I'm not saying any of this to bash women. This is just real life and the shit that people can go through. And I want you guys, again, to vet out the people that you date and not think that what they're saying is 100% true. Because situations like this can happen. And you guys are, again, are probably wondering about, like, why would his friend of 20 years betray him? Why would Austin do that to him? Austin has been his friend for 20 years, and he told me that during that time that they had been on and off. And he has now reached the point to where he is fed up with his bullshit. He's like, he's done. He said, I don't want anything to do with it anymore, and I'm going to be honest and tell the truth. Because I shouldn't have, he said, I shouldn't have, as a friend, allowed this man to do what he has done to women, and I'm not ever going to let this happen again. And from man was married, he did not move like he was married from the beginning. He moved like a single man. Yes, if everyone is wanting to ask, did you reach out to the wife? I reached out to the wife. I reached out to the brother-in-law. The brother-in-law responded, and he honestly said his jaw was on the floor. He could not believe that Jimmy, he thought that a good man was marrying his sister, and he could not believe that he would do this to his sister, and especially since they just had a baby. He could not believe it, and the wife has not responded. I'm pretty sure she knows because her brother knows. But I also want to add the kicker. When I confronted Jimmy about him having a wife and him having another child, him and his mom, I think her name was like Cayenne, she lives in LA. They called me to threaten me to not tell. And they threatened me. She said, if you continue to confront him about it, in which, yes, you're my boyfriend, I am going to confront you about it. And I'm going to tell you, like, I'm not a person that's just gonna be like, oh, well, I'll just drop it. No, because you have wasted my time for 7 months. And not only that, you were sleeping with numerous amount of women. You could have gave me something.
Did he ever like have you be on the phone with his kids?
Yes. He just took him to the movies last week. Or the week before last week, and I was on FaceTime with him.
Oh wow.
And I don't play that. I've never once got an STD in my life, and I never want one. And honestly, if I ever get one, I'm probably going to end up in jail. I don't play that. I don't play about my health, and we're not going to sit here and play with people. Like, I don't do that. So yes, I am going to tell the why.
Then stop sleeping with him because you were still sleeping with him. I don't know if you forgot what you said, but you just told us in the earlier videos he told you that he was seeing other women. So you worried about catching an STD while still sleeping with him. And I think you said you used protection. I hope you did. I hope you did.
And she should know everything, because at the end of the day, this is a man who was planning on leaving his wife to come live with me, to marry me. And it's like, do you think this reminds me of the episode? I don't know if you guys have watched The Polygamist off Netflix, but this is what this reminds me of. You thought you were married, had 3 kids, and you're about to come and live with me in Arkansas or move to Texas with me? That was never going to work. So again, I am still optimistic about the situation. I don't want anyone thinking that because this happened to me, that, oh, she's probably going to be scorned. She's probably, not going to want to date men. No, this does not change my mindset on dating, on life. I am not traumatized from the situation. I think I am disappointed because I thought I have to look at this person a different way now. Like someone who I loved and I cared about, I have to look at you in a different way. However, I'm still very optimistic, and I know for a fact that the situation is not going to change my mindset about anything, about men. I've witnessed good men. I've been around good men. I know that I'm going to get what I want out of life, and that's how you have to look at it. When situations like this happen to you, you have to know that it's not going to break me. Like, you're not breaking me. You probably thought that, oh, I traumatized this woman. You did not. I think that, again, I look at the situation differently. And like I said, I just know for a fact that I'm going to get what I want out of life, and I'm not going to let this change me because it happened to me. And I don't allow life to just happen to me. I know I can get through anything, and the situation didn't change me at all, but again, it was just something that I was wanting people to know and warn women. If you live in any of those areas, please go get checked, and please know this man has a brand new baby and a wife.
Okay, and that was the end of part 4. I'm going to read some messages before I show you the next 3 videos. On her TikTok, she went through a bit of a tangent, a lot of messages and a lot of videos for somebody that said they wasn't going to respond. I mean, I was feeling bad for her until she was saying that he told her that he was dating other women. So, okay, here we go. This says the girls are in the comments. They're talking about him basically. It says, knew Jimmy was weird. Didn't know Jimmy was this weird. I'm so sorry you're going through this, girl. I pray you heal and find the most wonderful man to take care of you. Damn. That's crazy work. Then it says, she then responds back, thank you, girl. I had over 50 women come out saying they've been with Jimmy this year. It's insane. A girl sent me a screenshot this morning where he tagged your Instagram name in his story. I just wanted to send it to you in case you were also dealing with him. And the girl replies back, I tried a little over a year ago. No, he tried a little over a year ago, but he was too angry and emotional for me. And clearly, this is why. He's been living one, what is this? 183,747 different lives. We were also more like friends, but this is absolutely insane to hear. We spoke this week, but again, just on some friend, how you doing stuff, nothing more. What? She said, I can tell you that. The next comment is the TikToker. That's her picture at the top from the videos. And she says, can I message you about this Jimmy real name, James? Yes, somebody says. His real name is James. Don't share my icon, please. But I knew shit was off for a while now. I've flown him in San Diego at least 3 times, and he just asked if we could meet up in Chicago. And this is the other woman. I want all. I want it all. This is honestly getting way out of hand. I've had at least 50 or more women coming forward. Then the next comment says, girl, I saw your post and what the F? I didn't know he was married either. I watched your story time, and a lot of what you said is what he told me. He would always talk about his problems and his baby mama. He FaceTimed me in the car when the kids in the back seat. He sent me $2,600 in June because he said he was stressed over money. Damn. I feel stupid. I'm sorry this happened to you. Did you tell his wife? Ooh, mercy. Just saw your thread about James or Jimmy. Pray that God heals your heart and that you find someone genuine when the time is right. I had a very brief encounter with him over about 10 years ago. He just always moved a bit weird. He tried setting me up with his friend Austin first and then went behind his back to come at me directly. I entertained it for a bit, but just couldn't shake the weirdness of it all. It breaks my heart to see that all these years later, he's still the weirdest mother effer I've ever encountered. Ooh. You didn't deserve this hurt. His wife didn't deserve this betrayal. God will deal with him accordingly. Correct and correct. That's what we trying to get her to see, child, but she heartbroken and ticked at the same time. This is him. They've traded back pictures like, yeah, girl, that's him. You know how we do. And it goes on. She's talking to multiple girls. It says, I'm glad you're okay. Well, are you okay? I was conversing with him for a brief moment, but communication stopped. I actually found out that my best friend knows his entire family through the SCLC. And when I told him that he disappeared, I bet he did. He like, oh hell no. Girl, I just seen your post. Married. He started talking to me on here a few months ago. Tried to come see me in Phoenix. Even FaceTime me with them damn kids, shaking my head. They say they don't date women with kids, but they are all on FaceTime with their kids. Like they want extreme accept. Want you to accept their kids. Praying for you truly. Story and tell and all the stuff he was saying to the other women. Same thing he said. He lived alone. He was raising his kids. Like I said, when we were talking daily in the beginning, he would FaceTime out with one of his friends, his kids. And yeah, he texted me out of the blue last month saying he was here. He tried again in April around the time of his birthday. But I was like, something is off about him. I'm so glad I didn't shaking my head. Dudes always do that when you break up with them and you don't want to talk to them. They'll be around your town or your state. I'm here like, and you're here. Bye. Why you still calling me? And then it goes on to the next text. Wow. LOL. And it's true. He does live alone. That is true. I'm trying to remember why he was in Phoenix. It was for his family reunion. He had a layover there, but he was with his son because I was supposed to go to his family reunion with him. He's gross as F. Was this the friend? The friend named Jalen? And so it says, yeah, he told me around the time of his birthday he wanted me to come, but he was going to be in Tucson, I guess, where his uncle lives. But he did mention having a house out there. And yeah, maybe I was at work last month. He just randomly texted me. I I think so. I would have to go back to my messages and see, she said. But he did FaceTime me. So it's possible it was. And that's the end of those threads. Girl, they was collaborating. They was collaborating. It goes on. Hold on, child. This not it. It says just saw your thread about James or Jimmy. And oh, this the same thing. And it says, have I read this one? So we saw that one. We saw that one. I got another one here. I'm trying to see if I loaded it. Oh, I had stopped at a certain point. So the other messages go, bruh, I remember his face, his frog voice. LOL, you know him too. I've said many come forward. It's insane. Girl, yes. I delete all my texts. I delete all my texts when I no longer talk to anyone. But I have screenshots I sent my sister from March. And she sends her the messages of him, how he just watched the message and do you want to tell me what's wrong? I'm sorry you're having a rough day. And she said, I cried early, I'm gonna be straight. Oh boo. And then he left a voice note. And so yeah, she just goes on. The girl that's in this TikTok story says, wow, laughing my A off. She was like, we had a telephone calls, but he was hella snappy. And it was odd, but now, though, makes sense. He was stressed. Got mad when I asked if he went to pottery with a girl or a male friend. Mm. And they was like, girl, I'm sorry this happened to you. He was hollering at my sister at once. And once she mentioned I was connected to a specific organization his family is part of, he her a FaceTime and all. I told her it was something off. This ninja, the pow pow, and it just said can't trust nothing at all. And it was a few months ago to make it so bad. Just throw him in the trash. And then somebody else, another anonymous member, says, "Damn, he's my IG friend. We have complimented each other a time or two. He is always posting his two kids like he's the father of the year, which he is a great dad. I can't take that away. I saw him recently posting all of the stuff about how he's grown and etc. Never saw a wife or any other woman. I had considered getting to know him, shaking my head. These men are trash in San Diego. I really quit dating 2 weeks ago over them all." So that's the end of their conversation threads. And then I'm going to proceed to these next three videos where she comes back to clarify because the girls was kind of firing her up in the TikTok messages. And I understandably so, because you did like literally admit that he told you that he was seeing other women. And that's the part I'm having a hard time understanding and trying to wrap my head around, because you said it and you didn't quite address it.
On it series because his family is literally trying to stalk my page, threaten me, reach out. And I'm just going to say this. You cannot sit there and throw rocks and then hide your hands and then get mad when people start throwing boulders back. This is a serious situation. Women can literally get STD from his behaviors. I'm not going to sit here and enable it, and then I have every right to share my story. We're not doing that. So his brother, the fake pastor that's in LA that I posted, yeah, y'all want to try to cover up for this man. And the thing is, he doesn't even like his brother. He hates his brother. I have text messages of it. So we're not going to sit here and enable a grown-ass man. We're not doing that. He wanted to involve people, and this is the result. And then I really have to say this. I fear no one. I am not scared of no one. I'm not. And the part I left out about it is, Jimmy has threatened me with a woman gang in Long Beach area. I don't care about a Crip. I don't care about a Blood. I don't care about a GD, whatever. And I don't even really know gangs like that. But I'm saying, I don't fear anyone. So the threats and all that, like, if something does happen to me, it was the Nelsons. I'm just going to go on and say that, which I honestly, I don't think they're going to touch me. No one's touching me. But it's just the fact of, you guys are covering up for this man, knowing what he is doing, and then, oh, you're messy, you're drama. No, this shit happened to me and other women as well. Like, and he's involving his kids. That shit is gross. And then one last thing. His wife's family doesn't even like him. They hate her husband. Now, I don't know about the brother, because he honestly seemed shocked, but her mom and dad don't like Jimmy at all because of how he is. If that says a lot, your in-laws hate you. And then you have your wife begging you. This is another thing I got told. His wife right now, because Jimmy's gone so much, she is begging him to help take care of the baby. So you're out here fucking women, causing drama, and you not taking care of your 3-4 month old? Like, that doesn't make any sense. This shit is ridiculous. And here's where I think they're mad. I think they're mad because I'm matching their energy, okay? You finally found someone who can match your energy. Because situations like this happen to certain women, and they don't really do shit about it. They might just go tell their homegirls, may tell their family members, and then they just let it go. But me, I was minding my own damn business, living my best life. Y'all see me, like, y'all see me on here. I literally live my best life to the fullest. And you come over here fucking bothering me. I didn't ask for that. You reached out to me first, and you involved me in your messy ass marriage. And then you're getting mad. Again, throwing rocks. This is why it is such a weak thing. Stop throwing rocks if you can't throw that shit back. Like, if no one can throw it back, why are you throwing rocks at people? This is his family again. I have receipts for. So if you guys want to keep digging yourselves in a hole, we can go there. So basically she was saying that I'm lying about certain stuff, that they've already had a talk with him and they've called him out on his mess, whatever. And basically that the family knew nothing about me. So now I'm about to prove to you how the family knew about me. This was Monday, July 27th, which is just last week. These audio recordings, I knew something was up with him. One, because of the tire slashing thing. And two, again, he was acting weird, not answering any of my questions. So I sent him a whole bunch of voice recordings going off on him and basically calling him a liar. I'm like, you're lying about something. So he said, once again, I apologize. Honestly, I don't even know what he was apologizing for. So before these messages had happened at 9 o'clock, I was already on a 3-way call. he put his mom in the call to be a mediator, because I think they knew that I was approaching the truth of the situation and that I was about to discover that he was married and had a child. So that's why she was like, we were on a three-way call. And to be honest, on that three-way call, the mother was not making sense the entire time. She was telling me about her past relationships, and she was mentioning before how she's cheated on boyfriends. And I'm like, lady, I didn't even know what the hell this lady was talking about, because she was just saying a whole bunch of nothing. But on there, she had also said that was a conversation. She was like, well, maybe this is a situation where you guys can separate and come back together. And I told that lady, no, the fuck we're not, because he's lying about something. So he had told me again, we had got off that three-way call where his mom was being the mediator. We had got off that three-way call. He said, hey, hold on, my mom wants to talk to you again. So that's when I texted him. I said, did your mom want to speak to me or no? He said, I told her it's okay. So the mom knew about me. Certain things that he would say to me when we were together. Again, before, I didn't see some of the signs, and sometimes he would say things to me, and again, was his manipulation tactic. He would say certain things to me that would make me feel like I was a bad girlfriend, and I'm like, oh, he does have a point. I need to get myself together. And I was sitting here giving labels of like, oh, my man is strict. He's strict. You know, he doesn't play about me. Like, and I was like, I got to get it together before, he leaves me. But now I'm seeing that really he was trying to keep me distracted from certain things that he would say to me so I wouldn't question him. And so he would create, not all the time, but he would create certain issues just to keep me from the fact of finding out about his wife and his new child.
Like, Jai, you don't know. You don't know. You get mad at me for having one small, it wasn't even a conversation, right? But I make a comment to somebody about about a place to go to, but you're having full blown conversations with other guys. Fuck a like don't mean shit. You're having full blown conversations with these niggas. And just to be honest, for me seeing it, it hurts. It hurts, man. It fucking hurts. I don't know what else or how else to tell you. What you do and what you say to me fucking hurts.
Oh, he's emotional. He's one of those conditioned but can't take it kind of cheaters, which makes him dangerous, very dangerous. But go ahead.
And it makes me question myself every fucking day. Okay, why am I here? Why am I allowing this? Why am I doing certain stuff?
Why are you cheating? Why are you not being accountable? Why aren't you not being honest with your wife and your family about what you're doing? Why don't you go get therapy? Why don't you help your wife raise your kids? Why don't you leave these other women alone? Why don't you tell this girl in this message that you need to go home and work things out with your family, and you apologize for bringing her into a situation that you were too immature to control? Why? Why? A lot of gaslighting words, but why? Why aren't you getting to the nitty gritty of the situation? Why don't you be honest with yourself about what's going on? Why are you putting your wife and your family in situations that is causing chaos? Why are you disrespecting yourself? Why are you disrespecting your marriage? Why are you disrespecting your body? Why are you disrespecting your wife's body? Why are you disrespecting your children?
Why why am I going against what I'm normally not going to deal with, but I'm dealing with it here? But no, because you have all these goals, you have all these things that you want to do, which is awesome. That that was a gut check. That was a gut check. That was a fucking gut check, and I haven't been able to eat. I haven't like, and I'm not even trying to paint you to sound like some horrible ass woman, but what I am telling you is the shit that you do and how it makes me feel. I have never ever felt this insecure about myself in a very in a very long time. In a very long time. But the moment when I speak up, the moment when I do something, it's it turns back on me. Or better yet, I tell you about how I feel or about something that you did and how it makes me feel. Now we're not even acknowledging that. You didn't acknowledge how I felt not one time in that voice message you just sent me. You didn't acknowledge it one time. We just started talking about, oh, what you want to do, what works for you. You. Like I want to be here, clearly, and I will hope that you do too. But you said if you want to work on it, but the moment when I told you like nah, because I felt like I was moving too fast and trying to get you around. You know what I'm saying? We had the conversation last.
So, and okay, okay. He's trying to solve his family issues through her. You can't do that. That's why you need extreme therapy. Whatever your family did to you mentally and emotionally as a child, adolescent, into an adult, she cannot solve that for you by you using all these word terms that really apply to your family in some ways. What she's doing is not what's causing you grief. What you're doing is what's causing you grief, sir.
Last time, and then you just went quiet. So who really needs to communicate? Because I'm literally telling you. Because I'm not gonna just force something. I'm not gonna just do like no. I'm telling you. I'm communicating with you, so you're knowing exactly what to expect and what to know from me. I know how quickly you are to just let go of things. So I don't want to bring you around my son. I don't want to bring you around my family, and then one thing goes wrong, and then you just up and leave. So some got to give. So we'll just have to figure that out going forward. But I just can't do that to myself. I can't do that to my kid, and I'm not gonna do that to you. So some told me just to go on your threads, whatever. And because I haven't been on that in a while, but this when I went on yours, I see you all up in Wale face. You know what I'm saying? We posting certain shit, and then I go through some of your things, and it kind of seemed like who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, but that's on me for even going on it.
So he
So now
just
I'm going to insert some clips from Jimmy of certain things that he would say to me when we worked together. Again, before, I didn't see some of the signs.
okay. That's the video repeating itself, but it seemed like he's went on her threads and found out that she exposed him, and now he's using all the words salad to try to keep her from following through on the things that have happened. Here are the other video. Okay?
Asked him for money. Watch this. Going to see Austin. My brother sent me $50 to get out there. That's not the first time he asked his brother for money. Again, everything you guys say is a lie. I have a receipt for everything. You guys can get on here as his family. And honestly, I think this is Jimmy right here. I don't think this is a family member. For money, watch this. Going to see Austin. My brother sent me $50 to get out there. That's not the first time he asked his brother for money. Again, everything you guys say is a lie. I have a receipt for everything. You guys can get on here as his family. And honestly, I think this is Jimmy right here. I don't think this is a family member. You guys are trying to get on here and do damage control, and I'm pointing out that you guys are liars. And then you say, this makes it worse. I didn't know who was all in the group chat, but you're saying that screenshot from a group chat, that is with his cousins and brother. Oh, so his cousins and brothers knew about me? That's what I'm saying. You're saying I'm lying about the family knowing about me, but apparently you guys see it right here. They knew about me. So again, we can keep continuing. You guys can keep lying, and I will have a receipt for everything you guys are saying. You're not going to paint me out to be a liar. Look at your family member. That is the liar. So at this point, it's just laughable. Like, you guys crack me up how ridiculous you guys are. You guys are fucking pathetic. Everything you guys are saying, I have something to back it up with. Like, I kind of want you guys to keep continuing because this shit is kind of fun to me. You guys are entertaining me. I would like to get back to my life. I really said all I needed to say. Like I said, I can say more if you guys want to keep going on. I was just going to make a conclusion video tonight and just be done with it. But if we want to keep going, we'll keep going. So what else do you have to say? Because I have other just receipts I can pull up.
That's one of the other videos. So apparently they must have kept responding to her, and she kept revealing messages. So I got like a couple more videos. I knew he was married, and most people aren't saying that. It's just a few, but I still want to address it because I haven't showed you guys proof. I found out from Austin at, I think it was Tuesday night at 2 in the morning is when he finally responded, and I'm going to show proof of that as well. So when I did find out, I immediately called Jimmy to confront him about it. I was blocked at first when I called him. Like, the call did not go through. But when I found out, I had to message him off Threads. And I had to message him from my other account because I found out that he also blocked me on my original Threads. So I said, you're married. This is, you see, Wednesday at 2 a.m., like I was saying. You're married and you have another kid. Are you effing kidding me? Sorry guys, it's kind of hard to do this. I saw your in-laws when I did a background check on you, and you effing lied, and you have 3 kids. What the F? So I said originally that I did a background check on him. I don't remember seeing any of that. Like I said, I did a background check on him, like, because you can't believe anybody. That was 3 weeks into us dating. I went back to that same background check. When I finally got the actual names from Austin, I'm like, it was on here the entire time. It's just that some of them didn't have a label on them. Like, it had his mom and who his mom was and his siblings, but the rest didn't have a label on them. And that's my fault for not checking that. And I'm going to block some of this out because it exposes the person that's in his family. But you can see right here, it says Tuesday, 11:47. This was the time he started messaging me. And as you can see on the side, this is when I found out that he was married. So not even minutes later, I ended up messaging or calling Jimmy first, and then I ended up messaging him and telling him. Immediately after getting these messages and sending him a message, I ended up trying to call him again. I guess T-Mobile, I don't have T-Mobile, you guys, but you guys can tell me if it's true. They had an outage. So when I did call him again, it finally went through. And as soon as I got on the phone and he answered, I said, you effing lied to me. Because he told me in the beginning, I asked him, I said, have you ever been married? He said, no, but I want to be. So you lied to me. You said you've never been married, and you are married, and you lied to me about 3 kids. As soon as I told him that, you guys, he said, okay, and then hung up the phone. I called back, and he didn't answer again. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I start messaging Austin again. I end up receiving a call from Jimmy again, and instead of it just being him on the phone, it's him and his mom, and that's when they threatened me. I also want to address, I saw someone, which it won't let me pull up her comment for some reason, but this lady ended up telling me, she said, you're taking this way too far. That was her comment. Lady, how am I taking it way too far when this man, and this is how I know some of you guys probably have sons that you enable, but I didn't take it too far. He took it too far. And it wasn't just with me. This is over 60 women. And these aren't all women that came out to me. Probably about over 50 came out to me. And some of them came out to Austin and some other people that were involved in the situation. So I just, again, we keep on enabling men. And you guys want to talk about girl code and everything else. And it's like, sometimes, guys, you guys want to label girl code as one thing. Sometimes girl code isn't always, I can hold your hand, but I can also tell you the truth. That's the problem. Everybody wants to be a yes man. That is a problem with this society. We want to coddle everybody, and that's why everybody's a crybaby about everything. Sometimes the truth does not look pretty. Sometimes the truth is harsh, but it's real.
And earlier, when I was on there sharing, again, guys, his wife doesn't owe me a conversation. I understand that. She does not owe me a conversation. The reason why I put those receipts earlier, though, about the wife is because, yes, she did not message me back. But instead of her not messaging me back, guess what she decided to do? You have your friends messaging me, attacking me on threads. And she said, well, you weren't invited to his son's birthday party. And I'm like, how do you know all this information? Come to find out, she's a friend of the wife. So, again, she does not owe me a conversation. I understand that. And really, she needs to be talking to him, not necessarily me. I mean, if she wants to come and ask me questions or have me give her receipts, I will. I don't have any problem doing that, but I'm
Cause he's over there telling his story. That's why the friend taking up for her friend like she should. So the wife ain't gonna say nothing. The friend gonna always, the one that's the rider, they gonna always say something because she don't know the full extent of the situation. So you are, hey, how it goes is they gonna leave you hanging and you gonna be the bad guy.
also not against her. I think you guys, again, we can sit here and tell the truth. The truth does not have to be pretty all the time. And again, I could have empathy for her, but at the same time, it's like we have to think about the kids because if you guys really like think about certain scenarios, all of these women that he's dealing with, he's showing his kids off to them. I met his kids. I don't know about the other women, but I have met his kids. So it's like, I'm not a crazy person, but the girl that slashed his tires, are we not going to talk about her? What if he would have taken his kids to where he was at, or the kids were in the car and that happened? Or this lady decided to bust the windows while they were in the car. We have to think about the children.
Did he tell on the girl? Did the girl expose herself? Of course she's not, but did she say she did it? Because nobody's gonna know if you don't say anything. So of course he's not gonna say no. Why would he tell his family that? And they're gonna wonder why would a woman be slashing your tires?
It isn't just about us. And that's what I was trying to tell you guys is that this is just way deeper than this man having a wife. And this is way deeper than him deceiving me. I'm not making it all about me. I am spreading awareness because it needs to be spread. I honestly can't believe how crazy this story is. This is not just a simple side chick situation. This man has took it to the extreme. And not only that, you're putting your wife in danger as well. It's not just your kids. Jimmy is putting his wife into danger. I didn't release her name. I'm not going to ever release her name. And again, if she ever wants to have a conversation with me, cool. But you also had someone in the comments saying, well, it's not your place to tell her to leave him. I get that. I understand. But I'm going to because I'm thinking about the kids. She doesn't have to listen to any advice I give her. But some of that information and those receipts that I gave in that.
She's not gonna listen to you. It takes them but so many times a woman in any situation, married or in a relationship with a man, it takes them so us even me. It'll take you so many times to leave a man before you finally have had enough and you decide to leave. You cannot come along and tell a woman, a wife, to leave her husband that she has a brand new child with. It's not gonna go over. She doesn't know you, number one, and she don't owe you anything but to hear what's going on.
Video, she can use that in court. So if a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, she decides, I don't want to do this anymore. Guess what? I have proof of what he was planning to do, the things that he was saying about her. And if we're going to be honest, I didn't release all the information. That was very PG of the things that he said about her. And the reason why I was believing him at the time, now I think everything he said is a lie because this man has lied about simple things, like that he was in the NFL. Women that came forward was literally telling me, oh, he told me he was in the NFL. He used to be in the NFL. I said, no, that's a lie. He played professional football in Europe, but that man was not in the NFL. He's lying. So this man has lied about simple things. So yes, he could be lying about everything he said about her, but it's just the fact that he said it. You guys are making it seem like I was talking bad about her. No, I want her to know, since you're having your friends come to me and call me a liar, her friends are telling me that. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you the things that he's saying about you. I understand that she's in postpartum. I was in postpartum. I get how depressing it is and how lonely it is. I understand all that, guys. But like I said, sometimes girl code isn't just about holding someone's hand and coddling them. It's telling them the truth. And it just seems like no one around her is telling.
Child, when you in postpartum, your hormones are out of whack. You don't think clearly, and you can make dumb, stupid decisions. So you have to be real careful with how you are dealing with a situation, especially if you're saying you okay, you said you had it, but you wasn't going through it at the time that this was happening. So you do have to show some type of regard. You, the husband, everybody. This woman's going through a lot, and it's probably why she didn't respond. Do you know how already emotionally damn near unstable you are when you're going through postpartum? That is a lot on the brain. A lot of emotions. A lot that can make you snap. So yeah, this is getting
The truth. Everyone around her is, oh, well, stay with your man, and everybody else is a liar. And it's just like, no, guys, everybody is not lying. And he's not the only one in on it. That's the sad part. She has everybody around her on his side of the family sitting there playing this game with everybody involved. The women, like his brother knows about all the women, his mom knows about all the women, she's helping him. And it's like, you guys are still doing this to his wife. I think you guys are focusing sometimes on the wrong topic at hand when this is about him. Why are we not taking our anger out on him? I'm showing you guys receipts. You guys are seeing what he's doing. So why are we again reversing everything back on me? And it's like, I don't care, guys. I'm used to people attacking me on threads. I go back and forth and debate people on threads all the time. I'm just saying why I shared it, and it wasn't a sense of like, oh, I'm going to get back at her because her friends messaged me. I'm going to share because I know she's watching my videos. You have to be. You're watching my pages because you have your friends messaging me, trying to attack me. So I know you're seeing this, and I'm going to show you what this man is saying about you. Because she probably thinks it's just, oh, he's just cheating on me. No, this is deeper. This man is literally destroying her name. He is betraying her to the max. It's not just with cheating. And he's not just sharing this information with me. Almost every woman I've talked to, he said the same exact thing. And I don't understand why any husband would do that to her wife. I also had someone saying, which I clapped back at her, but she was talking about, well, she's probably reaping all the benefits of the house and the car and the money and all that. First of all, this man is not a good husband. You guys, again, want to defend a man. You guys are pick-me's. This man lives in a townhome while his wife has a roommate and lives in an apartment. He is not a good person, is not a good husband to her. So yes, I'm going to offer advice to her and just tell her to leave. Whether she decides to do that or not, that's on her.
Oh, Jesus. So the husband lives in a townhouse and the wife lives with a roommate. Girl, they might be separated because of what's happening. It's probably because of what's happening right now. You can't take that at like, okay, he, you don't know anybody's situation. That's all I'm gonna say. I wouldn't just be up there getting suckered by that. Like, okay, he stayed by himself, but he married. Come on. Okay.
All right, guys, we finally.
So in this video, I didn't put this video up because she literally shows his mom's face and close up of their faces, and I wasn't gonna expose his mom like that. I don't know this family, and yeah, so yeah, you can hear the video playing, but you will not see her face.
Got to the good part. Meet his lovely mother. This is her. So I did not want to. You involved yourself.
So I'm gonna
I want
basically
you to,
like
when you're.
I'm gonna cut the video off here because I just feel like she's wasting her time going back and forth with these people, and it's getting weird. Because why are you continue? Why are you entertaining everybody? Block them. Block them. because the situation that y'all have or had is over. It's over. And it's making me feel like you or him have not accepted it in some way, because you can hear how he, I guess he's let himself fall for you in a way, while still remaining with his family, and his family is attacking you. His wife's family is attacking you, and you can't seem to understand why. And it's because they feel like you are the catalyst, which means you have to remove yourself from the situation. You still being involved and commenting is not making it better at all. They don't see you as a hero, so we could just stop doing it. Just leave this situation alone. Vacate, abort, just omit yourself from this. Don't give them any more of your energy. You say you're tired of this because you keep responding. Just let the people respond. This is no longer your battle. This is his his battle, the wife's battle, and whoever else in that family line wants to battle. So you've done your part. It's time to leave. Because you're going to stress yourself out. And then it's going to make us believe that you have feelings for him. And then and you can't let it go. You know. Because I'm giving extreme side eye as to why we still talking to this man. He doesn't deserve any more attention. It's time to let it go. And on that note, this video is finished, because please get down below and let me know how y'all feel about this. What do you think? Because goodness gracious, she went on for a tidbit. The video should have basically been entitled I didn't know who the F I was dating, and finding out I was dating a married man pretending to be my boyfriend. So get down below, like I said, guys. Let me know how you feel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.